Okay, we are back. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. I have my co-host, Andrea Kay, buried in the middle of our chocolate book.
Yeah.
So she's just laughing away.
Well, there's some great quotes here. Forget love, I'd rather fall in chocolate. Just,
That's good.
Do you agree, Urban?
Yes.
So I'm going to get it when I get home because I know my wife listening.
Yep. So, well, we have our next guest, our final guest of the day, Mr. Rob Roswell from Family Auto Service. Welcome.
Good morning, Barry.
Great.
Good morning, Andrea. Thank you for having me.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you what. Rather than go into our normal routine of business, we talked before the show. You just in and of yourself are a great story in our community.
Wow.
So I'm going to have you tell your story first before we talk about Family Auto. Let's talk about Rob. Okay.
Wow.
Tell me a little bit about your background and tell us about what we were talking about before the show.
15 years ago, I was living on the streets homeless. To most people, I was somebody that you would have given up on because I come from a background of drugs and alcohol, crystal methamphetamine, crack cocaine, alcohol. And I had in the world of recovery, I'm considered what's called a low bottom drunk. In other words, I had to lose everything before I came to my senses and turned things around. And by the grace of God, I walked into, and the strict supervision of a probation officer back in 1999, I walked into a rehab and have not picked up a drink or a drug since that time. In fact, this Saturday will be 15 years, Lord willing. If I live until Saturday, I will have 15 years clean and sober.
Wow.
Well, that's a great story, and I wanted to get that out first because we're all I can say this pretty confidently. We're all pretty damn proud of you for coming through what you have. On top of that, you've created a very successful, very unique business. And how do you call the auto repair business unique? It's not unique, but what you've done is. So tell us a little bit about Family Auto.
Family Auto, I think what separates Family Auto, we also have two other locations. One of them is actually called Bob Bowen's Auto Service. That's located in La Mesa. Our newest location is Family Auto Service in La Jolla. And our original location is located up in Alpine called Alpine Auto Repair. I think what separates our automotive shops from other automotive repair shops is over-the-top customer service. Our clients to us are not just a number. They're not just a car. We actually know our clients on a first-name basis, and for those special clients, we know their pets on a first-name basis.
I love that. I love my fur baby.
You just hit the hot button.
They literally come by.
Chocolate and pets.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. And we have treats for them, the pets that come by with their owners. And, we feel as if customers for life are what's most important, not just a one-time repair, not just a one-time oil change, but really our clients, we want to create a relationship with them, not just with their car, but with their spouse's car, their kid's car, their grandmother's cars, or grandkids' cars, and have relationships for life to where we know what their expectations are with the vehicle that we're servicing that day and can make the proper recommendations. We're a low pressure, no pressure type of auto repair shop where we communicate what we find and go through in order of importance what they should be fixing today and what can wait, and the priority of what we talk about that can wait in the future as well.
So many people talk about women being intimidated by taking their car in for repairs because you don't really know whether what's being recommended is reasonable or if you're being, scammed or whatever. But most men don't know anything about car repair either. Everybody's vulnerable and everybody needs to know where they can go and trust that the quote they're being given is accurate, that it's reasonable, and that they're not being taken advantage of. And people can trust you guys.
I think that's a great point. I think we all need to, regardless of what the industry is, whether we're having our air conditioning fixed at our house or whether we're having a roof put on our house or whatever the case may be, we have to have somebody that we can trust. We are what's considered a female-friendly shop. But you hit the nail on the head. I have to say there's a lot of men that come into our shop that know absolutely nothing about auto repair.
My husband.
And thank you. And they're really going on faith that what we're telling them is true. We save all of the old parts for inspection, so we can do a little show and tell when they pick up their vehicles. That's standard operating procedure. We don't have to do that. We do that because just in case, we'd like to build trust. Again, relationships for life is very important to us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And one of the keys that I saw with 3 locations, there are no cars that you don't work on. You'll work on all types of models, and it's all mechanical, so there's no body work going on.
That is correct.
Right.
Yeah, we don't do body work. Up in Alpine, we do quite a bit of motorhomes. We do quite a bit of horse trailer repacking of bearings. I mean, all the extraordinary things you wouldn't think of every day. Whereas at the other extreme down in La Jolla, there's a lot of European cars. We're doing a lot of Mercedes. We smog and work on Ferraris and Maseratis and Bentleys is not uncommon, as well as I think in my parking lot right now, there's a 1966 Datsun we just finished the brake
No.
on as well.
So you do
How
classics
funny.
too.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. So we have the whole gamut of vehicles.
A number of years ago, we had a 1930-something Bentley donated to us,
Is that right?
our charity, and it needed engine work. We couldn't find anybody in town that would handle it, and then we did find some gentleman who worked for some foreign dealership and retired now, and the cost to replace it was more than what we could have sold it for.
You bet.
So we sold it for scrap.
Yeah.
That thing weighed almost 4,000 pounds. Those
No.
cars from, yeah,
That's when cars were made out
yeah.
of far
Real
sturdier.
steel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real steel.
Yeah, I'm going to stay out of that one.
Yeah.
So you're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KFSD AM 1450, a Bloomberg radio station streaming live on the web at financialnewsandtalk.com. Give us a tweet at CloseUpSD or find our page on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-host, Andrea Kay, and Urban Miaris, and our guest is Rob Roswell from Family Auto Service. I use that term because that's what we have on paper here, but you have 3 different businesses or 3 different automotive repair companies. But what I want to talk about now is something that when I mentioned unique, this is what I was talking about. You talked about a warranty that is not only good for the car, but it covers location wherever you might be at if it fails. So tell us about that.
Absolutely. It's a national warranty. It's 3 years, 36,000 miles locally here in the San Diego community at all of our locations. National, it's 2 years, 24,000 miles that can be extended to a 3rd year by using our in-house credit card as a form of payment. That means there's 17,000 locations around the country. If you're outside of a 25-mile radius of any of our shops, you call an 800 number, tell them what the problem is. They direct you or tow you to the closest participating dealer, and parts and labor are covered 100% free. It's called a peace of mind warranty. It's exactly what it is. Really gives our clients peace of mind. I think that's something that sets us apart from our competitor. I think the other thing is we're tied in with Carfax. So nightly, our data is uploaded to Carfax. So should our clients ever sell their vehicle, every repair that's ever been done on their vehicle at our locations is listed as part of their Carfax report. We've already talked about customer care and relationships with our customers. We shuttle our clients where they need to go, whether to home or to work. We have a sparkling clean waiting room with Wi-Fi and usually goodies and coffee, a play area for the kids at all of our locations.
And you're pet friendly.
We're very family friendly and pet friendly, of course. But I think the key is we'll do whatever it takes to go the extra mile and win the trust of our clients and to where they don't want to go anywhere else.
Is that the mindset that allowed you to build such a successful business in spite of the economic times we've been through recently? How have you done it?
I think that's what separates us, and that has been the building block. Along with some great people. My general manager Kevin Sugar at our La Jolla location, my general manager Gary Romano at our La Mesa Bob Bowen's Auto Service, and Steve Van Lucian, my general manager up in Alpine. We have worked tirelessly together for years, and they all really know what's expected of us and our image and what we want to project to our clients on a daily basis, and they accomplish it flawlessly. They're very, very good at that, where our reviews online are just phenomenal.
You won an award, I think, with the reader?
Yeah, La Jolla, as a brand new business, we're already with our favorite auto repair shop over in the village area of La Jolla.
Wow,
awesome.
Yeah,
that's great.
Now, we know your personal story and we know the story of the business. How did those two come together? How did you make that transition?
That is an amazing series of events that could have only been orchestrated by the hand of God, if you want the honest to goodness truth.
Thank you. Preach it.
Because I just I'm a willing vessel, but he orchestrates the events. And I was working as a service advisor for a chain in Arizona in this business. And I was visiting my dad, who lived in El Cajon and knew the owner of Alpine Auto Repair. And he was continuously complaining to my dad about his exit strategy, which was for his sons to take over the business, wasn't really looking good. And I told my dad, you know what? Tell him your son does this and let him know that I'm interested. Well, 3 years later, almost to the day, I was 3 years clean and sober at the time. My dad called and said, he's ready. And I said, who's ready? And the rest is history.
Awesome.
We put our stuff in storage. We moved in with my sister. We moved to Alpine, transitioned into the Alpine community, and bought our first business.
And now here you
great.
are.
That's great.
Now you're in my community, my hood in La Jolla. Love it.
Yes, paradise.
Tell our listeners how they find out more information on your company, website, phone numbers. Tell me how do we do it?
All of them are really simple. FamilyAutoservice.com, BobBowensAutoservice.com, AlpineAutoRepair.com, and it'll tell you everything you need to contact us. And yeah.
Great. Well, you are a great story. I love the stories of recovery, how somebody gets from where you were to where you are. We are running out of time, so I've got to go. But thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me today.
Great.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we find the best and the brightest business in San Diego and the special people that are working hard to make a difference in our community. If you're interested in being a guest on our show or just want to follow us, come to our website at closeupsandiego.com. You can send us a tweet at CloseUpSD or find us on Facebook for Andrea, Urban, Al, and myself. Until next Thursday, have a great week and stay awesome, San Diego.